What's up, guys? It's Luke. Luke's Coin Art again. Part 3. This is the stretching portion of the video. We've gotten here. We did the punching of the hole. We did the coning process. Now we're at the stretching process. So, sometimes you can totally avoid stretching a coin. You can not use the stretcher whatsoever. And this is a hard part to explain everything, but for this coin in particular, we're going to use a stretcher. And the first thing I want to do is see how big we are right now. Right now it's so big that it is stopped by the handle. Our end goal is a 16 and a half, so it's pretty close to a 16 and a half right now. My thing only goes to about a 15. A 16 and a half is about where it's at, but it's a little bigger than that right now, and we do need to stretch it still, even though the smallest point is already larger. We want to kind of stretch this middle out a little bit, get this little middle portion stretched just a tad. So we're going to go to the ring stretcher, and I have two of them here. This one is the nicer one, but this coin is already too big, so it wouldn't do us any good. So we're going to use this one where it has a little bit more room down here. This is a cheap $100 one. I've made thousands of rings on just this cheap $100 stretcher. This one's just much more smooth. So with 90% silver, it's a lot better for me. But with pure silver, this one will work just fine. So you're going to want to, of course, heat your coin up, because anytime you're doing any kind of stretching or folding, you want to make sure that it's been heated, annealed properly. And I've done this so many times that I just know by the flame color when to stop. The flame just turns a slightly different color on the end. Alright, got that dipped in the water. We are good to go. So, protecting the detail of the coin inside and out is very, very, very important. Up to this point, we haven't had any metal on metal contact. Even that coning process that we went through last step, where we pressed the cone into the coin, the only actual part that was touched by metal is this little lip inside. You can see all the detail is still perfectly fine inside this coin. No detail has been touched at this point, so it's still perfect. However, if you would have pressed harder, that would have been metal on metal contact, or this step here when you're stretching. So you want to use a little protective barrier. I just use the blue towel that I have here. And again, the only metal on metal contact for the most part is just going to be on this inside lip. The inside lip right here. Because nothing's, it's almost as if I put it on my finger. The only part touching it, the only part of my finger touching the ring is just this little lip. So we're not really touching any of the detail. So I'm just going to stretch this out to where it's just way too big. Just huge. It'll probably almost fall all the way off here, but it won't. So now it's huge. It's probably about a size 18. So now we stretched it. We basically just wanted to stretch the inside middle portion out just a little bit. Now we want to protect the outside of the coin ring. And that's in the next step. These are quick steps, guys. Very simple. The stretching is done. Sometimes you may need to, when you're at the final step, maybe push and rotate, rotate, just really small pushes, just to get like the shape of the splines out. But we have none of that issue here. We're good to go on the next step. And the next step is forming. We're going to be forming this thing into a ring size or a ring shape. So come check out the next step. If you were able to perfect this simple step of stretching out a coin, you want to stretch it out to about 4 sizes bigger than your end goal. So if you're making a 10, stretch it to a 14. Alright? Stretch it 4 times bigger. But if you could perfect the simple step of stretching out the coin ring, you're on your way to making a perfect coin ring. Thanks for watching. Come check out the next video.